Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from tonight. It is Mayegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me again tonight. Please read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Share it to invite your friends and not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun today and don't forget to like it. Paul, you ask for more time. I heard you. I understand your pain. Give me more time. While his lieutenants continue to threaten Nigerians, please share it. Peter Obi as well is taking a legal action against Bekunde Onofunuga, 70-year-old social media assistant to Tinubu, for linking him to the upcoming national or nationwide protest in Nigeria. There's going to be an eventful days ahead. Read it, share it. Atifku has added his own voice. He has thrown his own weight behind this nationwide protest. Arewa, Arewa, Arewa. They have insisted that there will be no going back. So much tonight. In the midst of all of this Rogbodion, the Central Bank of Nigeria has increased the interest rate again to fight inflation. Today, so good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you as you are tuning in, joining us tonight. It is Mayegun Live. An update from what is going on in Nigeria, as well as a little bit of expose on those who are threatening you today, who they were before now. Nigerians are mobilizing, raising awareness on what is called the upcoming nationwide protests against bad governance in Nigeria. Hashtag end bad governance in Nigeria. Those who used to be serial protesters, they are now those in government, and they have now criminalized protests. Today, Tinubu sent his Minister of Misinformation to go plead with you. You didn't elect him, so he doesn't really have to talk to you. So he sent his minister to go talk to you that this your protest has been politicized. Terrorists and all that have hijacked it even before it starts. So you should give him time. Be patient. Okay? He has heard you that you are complaining. Don't worry. He's working on it. But there is something we need to do tonight. Especially when this guy, Dada Olusegun, is the special assistant to Tinubu on social media matter. It was that guy who wanted to be youth leader of APC. Since Tinubu's government is filled with people who have been compensated, these guys are not appointed to work for any betterment of Nigeria. You see, he said, those who want to burn the country down under whatever guise will meet the strongest resistance of their lives. Not from security agencies, but from the silent majority that gave their mandate to President Tinubu for years. When you are looking for the textbook definition of voluntary slaves, sophisticated moron, even humbled slave, is a textbook definition of that. As a typical Nigerian who are always angry, patriotically angry, whenever they are not part of those who are sharing the largesse of the public, then you will think, these guys must love Nigeria so much. There are many like them right now amongst you who are so angry with Nigeria right now. So angry. Look at Nigeria. These people, we must fight. We must kill ourselves. Yeah. But guess what? Just like this guy. What they are actually looking for is an opportunity to be part and parcel. Now, there's something I want to quickly remind us of, especially those of you that did not begin to show interest in the Nigeria politics until the 2023 charade dragged you into it, and you've come to know so much. Do you know that to some extent, especially those of you who are not obedient, but you solidly kind of love what the obedient are doing? But once in a while, you will be like, come on, this thing self. Disobedience, say, like they overdo am. I agree. Be like say disobedience self, they no get respect. Be like say disobedience self, that they how come? They no get joy, this or that. But do you know something? Whatever you see disobedience do today, it's not up to 10% of what the Tinubu and his gang did. You see all this hatred that you are seeing today, it is because they are still politically relevant. And that is why all this hatred, division you are witnessing today is so high. But you need to see all these Tinubu Abobakus in 2012, 2013 and on. Good luck, Egbere, Jolanta, Soshege in their hands. Protest was more or less like, do or die, we'll die here. I've shown you videos of Tinubu where he was encouraging people to go and take Jonathan out. That was how far they went. But you see this guy that is threatening you because you want to protest today? Look at him. He looks so different, Abi. Within a year, see, he looks better a bit, Abi. Now let's go back to who this guy was under similar but different situation. Yeah, similar but different in the sense that Nigerians were lamenting and complaining in 2012.
How can you remove subsidy and increase fuel subsidy, fuel price to 125 naira from 87 naira? Now civil war would die. There's nothing they didn't call Jonathan. Egbere Jolantan. Here was this guy around that time. Look at his face. Can you see the difference? See the difference? This is the face of a typical suffering and smiling, struggling Nigerian. But somehow still feels like, I'm still better. I mean, I'm still better off. This were a public outrage against Goodluck Egbere Jolantan's government. And the plan to protest against hardship in 2012, when a dollar was 145 naira to a dollar, as well as, in fact, 125 naira to a dollar. Okay. And a liter of petroleum was 67 naira per liter. Now, my name is Shegun Dada. I'm a Nigerian. I have a right to protest, and I will use it when I want to. You don't have a right to discourage me. Bit by bit, they are taking away from us the right to protest, the right to hear our grievances. Let's reject it vehemently. Gage is a fool and an idiot. We will protest. Yes, we will. Wake up, people. Let go. Gage is a fool, an idiot. Then there is this one where he said, when peaceful change is impossible, violent change becomes inevitable. We protest peacefully and you throw us tear gas, prepare for war. This was 12 years ago. Same guy. If you get paid 1K to be part of pro-subsidy protest and you live on the outskirts of Abuja, after spending 500 on TP, transport, what is next? I led the first ever student protest in my high school. Covers face. In a sane country, National Association of Nigerian Students will be calling for massive protests in all parts of the country by now, but no. If you sit in your homes and monitor protests via Twitter, our blood will be on your hands. Come out and fight for yourself. I suggest we protest against this poor service and occupy their head office. This was D.O. Olusegun. In fact, before this, it was also on social media where he publicly admitted ACN is a shop set up by Bola Tinubu. He is a corrupt man. He is just a man covered with deceit. He can't deceive me though. November 2011. And today, 23rd of July 2024. You see the difference? You go tell this one, say Nigeria no better. Can you tell him that Nigeria is not working? From this to this. He probably have some houses he's built for himself too within that 1 year. It is the same guy that was crying when they told him to step down for Gbenduikun, that you're Israel.
My name is Dada Olusegun. I hereby withdraw from nomination for the office of National Youth Leader of our great party. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The great youth.
So he's been compensated with the position of special assistant to Tinubu on Twitter matter.
He shared the same position with Onofunuga, a thief, former news agency of Nigeria thief. How many of you know that? That Onofunuga is a thief. Hi. Anyway, long story. That's not what we want to talk about tonight. Okay? But go and read about Bekunde Onofunuga. Okay, you won't see that. Just say Bayo Ononuga. News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, scam or scandal. Go and read about it. How the Were deceived the people that they were organizing something like an anniversary, okay, for News Agency of Nigeria. And they decided raising money. When they now raised money from politicians, from everyone, over 100 million naira raised. They said Onofunuga, being the director of NAN or something then, right? He just sacked the committee put together that raised the money. And nobody heard about the money again. Not even the anniversary. Gone. Anyway, if you are not a criminal or you have a questionable character, you cannot, for any reason, be around Tinubu. Go and check everybody around him. All of them. No single one, no exception. All of them. These are a bunch of strange bedfellows. The only thing they have in common is that they will get a bread from the master as long as they can cover his nakedness. They are shameless. So if you see this one now, this time he was angry against Nigeria. It was not on the table. You see the message, it's different. You see the face, it's different. Now, look at the message now. Look at the face. You don't do okay. If you say Nigeria is not working, now you, Nigeria, know they work for. For him, Nigeria is working perfectly well. Everything is fine. Right? Everything is fine. These guys were monsters. In 2010, 2011, 2012, Jesus, these guys were monsters. They were able to deceive Nigerians. They were able to deceive Nigerians that Goodluck Egbere Jonathan was so worse. But they said to themselves, all they wanted was just to have access to power, and Jonathan allowed them. So they are not really sorry. But well, recently, Fayewan of Ekiti even make the public confession. This was how, as they had many Nigerians, gullible, many gullible Nigerians that believed them and their lies, even though the Lagos they were using as example was a total failure then too, right? But the gullible ones just felt like these guys will be better. They will have a better country. And they are now laughing at you. In case if you join them, if they are calling you now to come and defend them, well, you can go. But guess what? Those who are going to have you defend what is going to kill you, they will cash out later. Indeed. And what will happen to you? 12 years after occupying Nigeria, see the beneficiaries. We know the truth.
Know what adversarial politics breeds. Adversarial politics always breeds.
That's confession, no? How they brought about adversarial politics. When politics turn to, you are my enemy. If you don't believe, if you don't agree with me, you are my enemy. In fact, for being my enemy, you are enemy of the people. For being enemy of the people, you are enemy of Nigeria. So it practically just make it like we versus you, no longer about ideas, no longer about what they want to do. No. It's about you have to hate yourselves. And they invented that. No joke, they invented it. Listen to the confession of one of their leaders, the Ronukus.
Know what adversarial politics breeds. Adversarial politics always breeds division and enmity. Even when what President Jonathan is doing, which 10 or so years after, all the political parties in this country agreed with. They even put it in their manifesto. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. We in ACN at the time we in ACN at the time in 2012, we know the truth, sir. But it is all politics. And that is why we must ensure that everybody is a critical stakeholder by stopping this winner-takes-all electoral approach and embrace consensus-driven politics. Let the manifesto of PDP be put on the table. Let the manifesto of APC be put on the table. Let the manifesto of Labour be put on the table. Let's have a synthesis of what is in the overall interest of Nigeria, and then select those who would pilot the program alongside the president from all the critical constituencies. That is how to make Nigeria work, in my view. If we get there, we would have succeeded. Thank you. Know what adversarial policy.
Nuisance, Lele.
They've destroyed lives. They've destroyed future of so many people, right? Because what they have invented is no longer going away. It is no longer going away. Now they are complaining that people, what do you call it? People are tearing them apart. They are sad that they have a set of Nigerians who can match them madness for madness. So much that they started complaining of a cyberbullying. People in government complaining of cyberbullying. The citizens they have oppressed. The citizens that they have economically ruined. Then those who did that are complaining of cyberbullying. But you all need to go back and see what this guy did. It was horrible. It was unbelievable. They went as far as going to the US to persuade the Democrat Party of Obama in America to stop the supply of weapons to Nigeria in battling with Boko Haram. These guys were so evil that they defended Boko Haram. Go on and read about what APC said about Boko Haram. That Jonathan was the one killing Northerners. There was nothing called Boko Haram. Yeah. They were even seeking amnesty for Boko Haram under Jonathan. This APC, Egbe. So that's why majority of us are not really surprised that when Boko Haram became your president, the first thing he did was to secretly open what he called Operation Safe Corridor, a repentant rehabilitation scheme for terrorists. As long as they say they have repented, then that's it. No legal trial or anything. You just go back and just pretend that nothing happened. This terrorist and jihadist party called APC, Al-Qaeda People's Congress. So now they've criminalized, even talking or speaking out against their corrupt government. So he sent his minister of misinformation, to tell all of you that he heard you. Who will remand.
We also discussed the issue of the country generally, and Mr. President has asked me to again inform Nigerians that he listens to them, especially the young people that are trying to protest. Mr. President is listening to them. He takes what they say seriously and is working assiduously to ensure that this country is good, not just for today, but also for the future. The issue of the planned protest, Mr. President does not see any need for that. He's asked them to shelve that plan. He's asked them to await government response to all their pleas. He has listened to them, like I said, and a lot is happening. Only today, the National Assembly has expeditiously passed the new national minimum wage. You can see how the president is working. It was transmitted only yesterday. Today it has been passed. A lot of other interventions that the president has also put in place are also going to be looked at expeditiously in the interest of Nigeria. So there's no need for strike. The young people out there should listen to the president and allow the president more time to see to the realization.
You see the way he's talking? I can show you up to 6 different videos of this guy using that same line. The president has heard you. He's a father, you know, he's a father, he's concerned. And that is why he has now shared rice. He said he should give all of you rice. Another one, Mr. President is very concerned. He heard you. He said he heard you. But you see the way he's talking there. He say, just so all these young people that are, is it the young people that want to protest? Oh, tell them that Mr. President said they should shove it. Okay? Tell them they should forget it. All right? You can see that Mr. President is working and all of that, okay? Right. Even if you look at the National Assembly, they have passed the 70,000 minimum wage. So you can know that Mr. President is the way he's working. So tell all the young people that, all the you that Mr. President says, shove it. What do massacre bakaba? But see, we go still talk. Inside DC, we go to sweat when the whole thing starts now. That one where they talk like, say, you will see. You will see. Well, the pressure, or how they try to kind of make it look right now is that the protest is being sponsored by those who don't like Tinubu. Yesterday, the Bekunde Onafunuga, the long throats,